Hey everybody, Roadshow Chris here. I want to talk to you about European boards. This is a Mercedes-Benz board, and this is what I've always known as spun fiberglass. This side of the board, I have prepped. I have chemical scrubbed it, and this side of the board I have not. And what you got here is these are particles of the old foam that used to be connected to the headliner material. And then if you look, you got all this green residue, which is up underneath. And that is the European glue. You will find this not only on Mercedes, BMW, Land Rover, Jaguar, anything European. And even like the Teslas, and it's environmentally friendly, and that's great. But in your extreme states of heat, Florida, Texas, Southern California, Arizona, places like that, you're going to find that you get headliner failure because this glue they use in Europe just can't hold up to what we have here in the United States. I'm wetting it so you can see how nice and clean this is, okay, compared to the other side. This is grainy, okay, and you've got the residue. This is smooth, okay, and it is clean. Now, I would think that everybody would go, okay, he's got to prep this for adhesion. Yes, for the glue to stick and last a long time. And when I do my headliner jobs, I give a lifetime guarantee because I was taught to do this preparation. But the reality is that most people who do this kind of work either don't know or don't care, and they just get the crumbs off. They'll blow that off with an air hose, make it smooth, but they're going to glue right over the residue, and it'll work enough to get the job done and get paid, but within weeks, days, and sometimes it even goes up to a year, it'll last, but then it'll come apart where you've got extreme bends in the board, okay? And most of your European vehicles, because they're very stylish, have these extreme bends. And that material doesn't stand a chance at staying in there if it's not prepped nice and smooth like this. Also, something else that people don't think about is thickness of headliner material. Okay, I'm walking you through the shop here where I do my work, but headliner material comes in basically 3 different thicknesses. Okay, you've got 1/4 inch thick, like what you would find on an old Chevy truck, old Dodge Caravan, 3/16, which can be kind of middle of the road, but then you go down to 1/8 inch, 1/8 inch, 1/8 inch. That is what the Europeans are using, the 1/8 inch, not this 1/4 inch. And you cannot put thin material. I did this is an old American Ford truck board, nothing too fancy, but did it in the 1/8 inch. And you can even see it on this board. 1/8 inch brings out every dimension of the board, where the thick material, like what you see up here, it takes it away, makes it, to me, look a little cartoonish. It has its place, but when you're doing that board like I'm doing out there, you want the 1/8 inch. Well, you can't put 1/8 inch on an unfinished board. If you do that, I don't know if you can see me, but if you do that, it's going to be lumpy and bumpy and it won't last. And if you have a European vehicle, you need 1/8 inch. Also, your sunroofs were designed to work with 1/8 inch, meaning your panel, you press the button and the glass drags that panel back. That was specifically designed where the headliner has 1/8 inch material and the panel. Some technician puts 1/4 inch or 3/16. Your sunroof motor is working double time now, and it is pulling more amps and volts in order to do that. They can do it. Why do they do it? Well, skill level. It took me a long time to learn how to do 1/8 inch correctly. Now I love it, but I used to hate it. And you can't put the 1/8 inch on an unfinished board, so use the thick one to cover that you didn't do the prep. Use the thick one to cover that maybe you didn't pull the windshield on the car, if it was the type of car that required the windshield being pulled in order to get the board out without bending it to the point of putting a permanent crease. But they can cover it with that thick material. And there's some other unorthodox things too. But if you really like your Land Rover, your BMW, your Porsche, your Mercedes, why would you want to cut corners? You know, get it prepped right, remove it right, use the right thickness of material, and you'll be happy, and you'll always have a quality job. Thanks for listening. I'm Roadshow Chris.